This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I'm here with Matthias Marchesani from Weinviertel in Austria, and you're representing the House of Dürnberg. What brings you to Toronto today?
We're here in Toronto to make some tastings with customers in the restaurant business, as well looking at the LCBO stores to get more knowledge about the market and to see the opportunities for our wineries. I
have always felt that we don't see nearly enough Austrian wine in the Ontario market.
I think we should make more support on the Ontario market. To get, for example, an own shelf in the LCBO stores.
Instead of just being under Europe.
Yes. That's the main problem, because if you're really interested in Austrian wine, you would never find it, or you have to ask for it, and that's a problem. And I think we have very unique wines, especially with the Grüner Veltliner, which is outstanding and has a really a USP in the wine world. But we have to tell it to the people.
Unique selling point for those not familiar with that acronym. So you have quite a range of wines here today. Tell us a little bit about what you do at your winery and what makes actually your winery and the region so unique.
The very special thing is the location of our winery. We are located approximately 70 kilometers north of Vienna, so very close to the Czech border. It's a region which is quite a cool climate region, so we are very located in the north, influenced also by the winds of the north, which are coming from the Czech Republic, and the unique soil. We are more or less the only village in our area which is focused on limestone soil, and this gives the wine the very special mineralic character.
Now, which varietals grow best in your region?
The main varietal is Grüner Veltliner, of course, and then followed by the white Burgundy varietals, so Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, and Chardonnay.
And when it comes to red wine?
Red wine, we're more focused on the whites.
Yeah.
What we do in red is the very classic Zweigelt from Austria, and also the cool climate varietals like Pinot Noir, St. Laurent, which is also a little bit similar to the Burgundy varietal.
So what percentage of your production is in white wine?
95%.
All right, so
yes.
Really the dominant.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I've always thought about your region on my many visits to Austria is that Weinviertel always exhibits amazing value for money.
That's a very important point in our area. Yeah?
Yes.
But, it also has one of the reasons the history of our region. On the first, it's the biggest wine growing area in Austria, with approximately 1/3 of the whole Austrian wine growing area. And in former times there were vintners which were doing agricultural farming and also wine. And that changed in the meantime. That with quite huge vineyards, but the problem was always the marketing behind. That was changed in 2002 when Weinviertel became the first DAC status in Austria.
Yes, of course.
And that gave really a strong power to the people. That means the DAC is a guaranteed origin of wine, which is only for Grüner Veltliner, and it should be a help for the consumer, knowing that he gets a very typical Grüner Veltliner with a maximum residual sugar of 4 grams, with an alcohol content of maximum 12.5. There are no influences of oak or botrytis. And that was really very strong impulse to the market. And in the meantime, the market changed a little bit. People are more and more looking for a good relation of price and quality, and that gave us really a strong power in the meantime on the market.
Do you have a regional body that help represent and promote your DAC around the world?
We have 2 points. On the one side, the regional Weinviertel DAC, which does only national marketing support.
I see, yes.
And on the other side, the Austrian Wine Marketing Board, which
course.
is working all over the world. Yeah.
So please tell me a little about the wines that you make and the techniques, both in the vineyard and in the winery, that make your wines so special.
Generally, if you have a look at the bottles, we have 3 different lines in our winery. So on the first side, we have here our line, which is called Drink and Enjoy. That means within
Pretty self-explanatory, that one.
I think so. Yeah, it's within in Europe a very strong demand for really more light wines. That means what is in former times classic wines with 11.5 alcohol. Nowadays, people are more and more asking again for that, and that was the reason that we started this line in 2009. We've here 3 wines. On one side, a very light Grüner Veltliner. Then here a blend of a more aromatic blend of Muscatel, Welsh Riesling and Sauvignon Blanc. This is, for example, was in 2 years ago under the 100 best buys from wine enthusiasts, selected under 16,000 wines, and a rosé done from the Zweigelt as well. And then we have the next tier that's called Falkenstein Classic. Also classic wines, all done in stainless steel to preserve the freshness. We do here 2 Grüner Veltliners. We do here a classic Riesling, a classic Zweigelt, and our specialty, a Blanc de Noir, so a white wine crafted from the red Zweigelt grape.
I was about to say that's a bit of an oddity, that one. I haven't seen too many of those.
No, we are one of the first who did it. So we started with this in 1994, and the idea behind was a trip to the Champagne area, and we had a lot of Blanc de Noir champagne.
Of course, yeah.
And anytime in the morning, the idea was born to start with the Blanc de Noir made from the Zweigelt, and in the meantime, it's after the classic Grüner Veltliners and the most sold wine of our winery.
It's I have to ask, is that made with just 0 skin contact?
Yes.
And
yes.
then do you do anything to remove
Only
any
from the
color?
free run must.
Right, I see. So you get no color whatsoever.
No.
Ah.
So it's just a hint of just a very small hint of rosé touch.
Right, interesting.
And then we have here the range of our reserve wines with this very special label. This special label has historic reasons, as in our village was written in 1309, one of the first wine laws. And we put a part of this ancient wine law on the label of our reserve wines, as we are quite proud in the long tradition of wine growing of our village.
It's a very attractive label. I like that a lot.
Once you've seen it, you will never forget it.
Yes, yes.
And we do here 2 Grüner Veltliners. Most of the wines are done a very traditional way. That means long times on the lees and matured in big oak barrels.
Right.
So, depending on the wine, between 4 and 12 months. So we've here a Grüner Veltliner tradition, which is done with a long time on the lees in stainless steel, as well as here a single vineyard reserve from the vineyard called Rabenstein.
Yes.
This is a vineyard with up to 50-year-old wines. And I always describe this wine as a Grüner Veltliner in Burgundy style, to the very strong minerality in it, and also the light touch of oak. This is done in 1,000 liter
Yes,
barrels,
yes.
so not really oaky, but just to give him the wine more complexity.
Excellent.
And then we do 100% Pinot Blanc. And here, this is one of our flagship wines. It's a white Burgundy blend of 70% Chardonnay, 25% Pinot Blanc, and 5% Pinot Gris. This was just awarded last year by Wine Enthusiast with 93 points. And this gives really an idea what is possible in wine in our area. So what you told me before, that Weinviertel is more well known for wines with a very good relation of price and quality. This is for me a very important wine to show that we are not only able to do a very good Grüner Veltliner in the basic segment, but also high-end wines.
Fantastic.
And that's very important for us. And what I also brought with me is a very elegant red blend from 3 different Austrian varietals. So it's Zweigelt, St. Laurent and Blauburger.
Well, I think we should get on with the tasting. Thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. And I'm sorry I was a little late meeting you. And let's get on with the tasting. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.